Hey boys and girls, Screen913 here. I know, it's been a while, but we're back. And we're trying something new this time. This is an experiment. I want to see what you guys think. If you don't like it, don't worry. I'll just go back to just be me. But I have a guest with me tonight, Inferno Canuck.
Hello.
And
Are you sick of me yet?
and my idea is to have a guest. And no, I'm not gonna it's not Mass Effect with friends. It's not anyone. I will choose who the guests are. But to have a guest with me, because I preferably want people who have not done this before, who don't know the books. They're going to be making the decisions because I know all the decisions, and I think it would be fun to see what other people would choose, and it would be interesting. So, but if you don't like it, let me know in the comments. We'll just watch this book, and we'll see how it goes from there. So, you're screen sharing, so you can see everything. I will be reading, and then yeah, I've already explained all the rules to Inferno. He's good to go.
Yeah. I won't be asking questions throughout all this. I do understand the basics.
Yes. Okay, so we all know the story. We all know what's going on. Let's get started.
Great.
All right. You pass the time prior to your departure resting and reviewing the mission in fine detail. Eventually, the hour of your leaving arrives, and Baindon and Remora escort you to the Tron harbor and see you safely aboard the caravel Intrepid. Before they disembark, Baindon hands you a sealed envelope and a golden amulet on a chain. Wear this for your protection, he says, as he fastens the chain around your neck. It will keep you safe from the heat and poisonous atmospheres that pervade your destination. Mark the golden amulet on your action chart as a special item. You need not discard another item in favor if you already have the max quota. So I'm not even going to bother. If it's something like this, I don't even bother writing it down because I'm pretty sure I'll remember if I have it or not.
Okay.
If they say you lose it, it's not like I'll be like, what? Lose what? Alright, and the envelope, you say quizzically? Neither Captain Boros nor his volunteer crew are aware of your identity or the vital nature of your voyage. All they know is that they are expected to break through the blockade and carry you safely to Durinor. When you are clear of the enemy, hand this envelope to the captain. It contains his new orders to steer course for the Arnak
Estuary.
Yeah, estuary. See, it would be nice to actually have someone, because half the time I'm like, did I pronounce that right? Yeah, well, let's keep going. He is a fine captain. You can trust in his skill and the bravery of his crew to see you through the dangerous waters of the Kalti Sea. Moments later, the captain emerges from his cabin, a gray and grizzled old seaman. He sports a leather cloak and swings easily from his broad, muscular shoulders. Oh, that swings easily. I'm like, how does he swing from his shoulders?
Oh
That's
dear, and
quite
what swinging? Oh no.
He welcomes you aboard with a ready smile and a firm handshake, then excuses himself in order to supervise the final preparations for the voyage. May the gods Kai and Aishur watch over you, Lone Wolf, whispers Lord Remora, and he and Baindon make ready to disembark, and grant us a lasting victory over the forces of darkness. Or how about just a stalling victory? Just another 100 years or so. It'll be good.
Buy us some time.
As long as I'm not alive, I don't really care. Just until I pass away, then the Dark Lords can run rampant. That's all I'm asking. Alright. The night wind is blowing in your favor, and the Captain Boros is keen to put to sea without delay. He has ordered the crew to run up every foot of canvas the mast of the Intrepid will bear, so that she will approach the Dark Lord warships that blockade the coast at full speed. With luck, she will slip through their line before they have a chance to close formation. It is a bold plan, but the captain and his crew have run the blockade more than a dozen times in the past year, and they are confident that tonight they will also be successful. I was thinking, must not be a very effective blockade if something's run it a dozen times. You'd think they would fix that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You'd
think. You think they'd be like, really, again? Guided by this.
Sorry. I just imagine every time they ran the blockade, the people trying to block them just shaking their fists at them in the distance. Ooh, you troublesome kids! Alright, anyway.
Guided by the stars and the distant glimmer of the moonless shore, the Intrepid makes rapid headway through the waters of the Turan Gulf. As it nears the open sea, you decide to offer your services as a lookout and go in search of Captain Borosy. You find him on the forecastle deck with a group of keen-eyed Kirlingen Marines who are scanning the blackness for some sign of the enemy. I swear, I don't know if this book will have it, but some books, he comes up, I think he purposely makes names that are difficult to pronounce. And you're like, you'll go through a page and like every 3 sentences is some weird name for something. Alright, if you have the Mandakai discipline of Hunt Mastery and have reached the rank of Archmaster, yes, we have. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, you guys chose the Psi Surge for our final discipline, which not only gets me the Lower Circle of Spirit, which adds 3 to my combat and 3 to my endurance, it also gives me the ability to use, or I guess the ability to use Psi Surge if you have to. It adds 4 to your combat skill, but every round you use it, you deduct 2 endurance points. There's a lesser version that you can use at any time called Mind Blast that adds 2 to your combat skill with no penalty, but a lot more people are immune to it, so...
Alright, gotcha.
Alright, your greatly improved Mandakai skill enables you to see a string of dark shapes on the distant horizon, enemy ships. Oh yeah, the advanced skill lets you, like, telescope your eyes.
Cool.
So, you know, you got binoculars for eyes.
Nice.
The 5 squat, ugly-looking vessels all lack sails or masts or any other visible forms of propulsion, yet each moves at a constant and rapid pace. Quickly you inform the captain of what you can see and urge him to change direction, for the Intrepid is now heading on a collision course with the vessel at the center of the enemy line.
Oh my.
Pick a number on the random number table. If you have completed the Lower Circle of Spirit, add 3 to the number you've picked, which we just completed. Good job, people.
So we needed 2 or higher. No, 3 or higher.
And it's a 6.
Imagine. Sweet.
You know what, though? I always find that whenever I get to add a substantial bonus that I can add, I never need it.
Of course.
It always gets what I would have gotten even without the bonus. Because the random number table hates me. And whenever I just need to roll like above a 2, it'll roll a 1. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Guided by your instructions, Captain Boris commands his helmsman to steer hard a port, and a maneuver that will take the Intrepid clear of the enemy line. Swiftly, the ship changes course. You watch the dark land ironclads looming larger with each passing minute, and note the formidable array of weapons aboard their steel-skinned decks. Huge black funnels protrude from the middle of each craft, which emits clouds of choking, sulphurous smoke. As the Intrepid rounds the last ironclad in the line, this acrid smoke wafts across the water and engulfs the crew, causing them to cough and retch violently. The sound of their coughing alerts the enemy lookouts, who immediately raise the alarm.
Oh, great.
Yay! So, and here's a picture of the ships.
Ooh, pictures.
Yay! Suddenly, a flash of blue-white light illuminates the bow of the ironclad, and a fiery projectile arcs across the sky towards the Intrepid. Choose a number on the random number table. Okay. 8.
Okay.
Of course. If I had gotten 0 through 6, it would have been fine. If I got 7, 8, or 9. See what I mean? The random number table hates me.
Oh, yeah.
The missile is directly above the Intrepid when it explodes with a deafening roar. The blast slams you to the deck, and as you struggle to your feet, white-hot fragments of metal rain down upon you. Pick a number from the random number table. In this instance, 0 equals 10.
So we'll get a 0.
Yeah, I know. The number you have picked represents the number of endurance points you have lost due to the shrapnel wounds. Random number time! 0. I told you! This thing hates me!
It does.
It hates me so much. And, amid the noise and chaos, you hear Captain Boris's strident voice issuing commands to his shell-shocked crew. Despite the fearful blast, there are miraculously few casualties, and the ship is soon brought under control. The top sails ignited by the flash are quickly cut away and jettisoned as the enemy vessels begin to close in for the kill. They turn to bring their weapons to bear. But the heavy iron ships are slow and cumbersome, and by the time they have changed formation, the Intrepid is out of range and sailing at speed into the dark waters of the Celtic Sea. Oh, and just so you know, I explained the healing to you, but
yes.
Another house rule I have is first, I don't count the number where I got injured.
Oh, okay.
I only
I was
count
about
it.
to remind you.
No, I only count it after I finish. Like, for example, when I turn this page, when I turn to the next page, that's 1.
Oh, okay.
Also, it doesn't count if you're in combat. I also don't count it if I'm in extremely stressful, like, if I'm being chased by people at the moment. I don't think I have the concentration to concentrate on healing.
Fair enough.
So, that's just simple house rules I have.
No. Now, for some reason, it still says your endurance points are at 100%.
Oh,
Am I
oops.
insane?
I changed my total instead of my current.
There we go.
They, it must
I was about to
have,
say, we're doing awesome for taking.
no, it must have been a
shrapnel.
chronic injury. Not only did it hurt me 10 points, it just took 10 points off of my max life. All right.
Alright.
As the last of the enemy warships disappears into the dark, the crew give a rousing cheer. Once more, they have risked their lives to run the blockade, and you're the only one to seem to have been hurt by the shrapnel. Odd
course.
that. Like the shrapnel like closed in on you. Damn you, random number table generator.
Yeah.
Once they're, let's see, the captain requests a damage report and is relieved to hear that both the ship and the crew have survived the close encounter at little cost. Little cost being you.
Yeah.
Before leaving, I can just imagine Lone Wolf going, "Oh, what the hell?" Someone's like, "Hey, it went through my cape over here." Oh, come on!
Oh, come on.
Bleeding
Went right
over-
into my jugular.
Before leaving for the forecastle, he reminds the lookouts to remain vigilant. Sometimes the enemies place a second line of ironclads a few miles behind the first in order to catch blockade runners that slip through. He bids you good night, and as he descends the stairs to his cabin, he orders the first mate to show you to your quarters at the stern. If you wish to accompany the first mate to your cabin, or if you wish to hand the captain the envelope containing the new orders.
Let's give the captain the new orders right away.
Alright. What do we have here? Muses
Healing point.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. I will typically
Oh,
wait.
not?
No. Like, I'll keep a track of, like, once I get 4 or 5, then I'll change it instead of changing it every
Oh,
page.
sorry.
No, it's
Okay.
fine. I didn't tell you that. It's just, it's simpler for me to go, okay, I've healed, like, 4. Let me up it by 4.
Okay.
What have we here? Muses the captain wearily as he accepts your envelope. Guildmaster Baindon instructed me to deliver this into your charge as soon as we cleared the blockade, you reply. It contains confidential details about our voyage to Durinor. I'm sure the matter can wait till morning, he says, slipping the envelope in the pocket of his gold-braided jacket. You'd best get some sleep. We could be in for some rough weather come sunrise. You insist that he read the contents of the letter without delay, but he dismisses your request with a flick of his calloused hand.
Girlfriend.
It can wait. A few hours will make no odds, he snaps, and descends the stairs before you can argue otherwise. Except for the fact that we're supposed to be heading the opposite direction, whatever.
Yeah.
If you wish to accompany the first mate to your cabin, or if you decide to stay on the forecastle with the lookouts.
Even though it'd be nice to rest, I don't trust the crew, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna help them with the lookouts.
Very untrustworthy man you are.
Well, we were the only ones who spotted the first blockade. The second one probably
That's
will
true.
stay here.
That is true. Alright, the lookouts are naturally curious about the only passenger aboard their ship, especially as he keeps bleeding from the jugular.
Yep.
You wanna cover that? No, I'm good.
Fine.
It's kind of gushing. It's fine.
Just give me 10 more page turns and it'll be great.
Alright, especially as he keeps company with Guildmaster Baindon, the most highly respected magician in Summerland, who you don't know, but he knows everyone. Every time he's with you in an adventure, he's like, "Oh, I know that guy.
Of course.
Oh, that guy. I know that guy." He gets around, that's all I'm saying. They question you keenly about your mission to Durinor, but when you insist that you are sworn to secrecy, they pursue the matter no further. With you, at least. You learn that they hail from Kirlundin Isles, a fiefdom famed for its brave and intrepid seafarers, whose ships have protected the coast of Summerland for more than 1,000 years. It shocks you deeply to learn that during your exile in the Daziarn, the Dark Lords have destroyed the Kirlundin fleet and laid waste to the once fertile isles. We'll soon free our isles from that vile Nag, growls one of the disgruntled sailors. The others echo his sentiment, but behind their bravado you sense their fear that they may never live to see their islands free again. The brooding silence descends on the deck, and you decide it would be wise to get some rest before dawn breaks. One of the ship's mates volunteers to show you to your quarters, and you accept his help gratefully.
Hey.
The mate leads you through the bowels of the ship to your quarters near the stern. You are hoping for some degree of comfort, but the cabin turns out to be cramped and smelly. Sandwiched between the galley and the bilge. I don't even know what a bilge is. It sounds
Doesn't
unpleasant.
sound comfortable.
Yeah. Despite the lack of space and a stomach-churning smell redolent of dead fish, you manage to catch a few hours sleep before the gray dawn haze filters through the glass of the cabin's solitary porthole. You know, Lone Wolf does not get a lot of sleep. He's always, like, woken up by some woman banging a pot or...
For a second, I didn't think you said we were going to say banging a pot.
No. Well, hello there.
I was about to say, go Lone Wolf. Alright.
Desperate for fresh air, you make your way to the forecast. No, I wouldn't suggest that. Every time you have a companion in these books, it doesn't end well for them. Every
that's a
single
shame.
time. So she probably wouldn't last long. 'Tis a brave, risky adventure you've committed yourself to, comrade, he says, without raising his eyes from the parchment clutched in his gloved hands. Yet these be risky times. I can only guess at what lies beyond your journey to Jakarta, but one thing you can be sure, I will do all in my power to see you safely there. Yeah, except we're a couple hours behind now, Dick. Immediately he issues orders to turn the ship around and steer a new course. Yeah, good job on that one. North by northwest. The crew react to the sudden change of plans with great speculation, yet despite the dangers they know they may have to face, none challenge the captain's decision or voice dissent.
Very good.
I'm at, like, what, 3 now?
Yeah, I've been keeping track.
Yay!
You're at 3.
So I'm up
3
to
additional
37. 37.
Yay.
For 2 days and nights, the Intrepid forges a course through the stormy waters, running ahead of a chill wind that sweeps down from the glaciers of Kalt in the north. The sea becomes increasingly hazardous, and with sleet squalls and lightning storms that break without warning. Yet the dawn of the 3rd day heralds a sudden change in the weather. Fog. A windless, soundless, gray, forbidding damp that cuts the eyesight at an arm's length and leaves the crew soaked and shivering. Many stare enviously at your Calicoth hide cloak as they attend to their early morning duties in quiet discomfort. Curse this fog, grumbles Captain Boris, staring helplessly at the clammy mist that holds his ship beclaimed. Better a
Be
gale.
calmed.
I'm sorry? Oh, be calmed.
calmed.
Yes, you're right. I was just thinking, you know, couldn't Lone Wolf give his cloak to someone else? I have an amulet that protects against the cold, you dick. I have Nexus.
It's true.
He's just standing there going, yep, that's right. I got it. You know, I don't even need it. Yeah, I think if there's one personality trait Lone Wolf has, he's a dick.
Yeah.
For countless hours, the ship lies dormant, rocking gently on the cold, listless sea, staring at the wall of fog. It is easy to imagine all manner of creatures lurking within. The eerie silence does little to allay the superstitious fears of the crew, and when suddenly the quiet is disturbed by a shoal of red-finned sea carp, more than one man cries out in shocked surprise.
What? It's carp. Isn't that just a fish?
Well, it was just been so quiet for so long that it
Oh, I
startled
see.
them. If you possess the Mandakite smell of animal control. No, I do not.
We don't. That's the one thing we don't have. See you later, carp. Oh,
But I'm
Jesus.
sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, but I'm sure nothing bad will. Oh. Oh, that's not a good picture.
Oh God, you know what? Before the shit hits the fan, maybe we should give us the 1 hit point that we're gonna get.
Maybe he's friendly. You don't know.
Mm.
Flipper was friendly.
Yeah, that doesn't look like fucking Flipper.
From the crow's nest, there comes a scream of abject horror. It echoes down the rigging, alerting all the great scaly head sailors.
Watch out, scaly heads! He's coming. Oh
Alerting-
no!
Oh my god, my scales. Alerting all to a great scaly head that has broken through the surface 20 yards off the port bow. You want to have an attempt at that? I would say
Sargath.
A Sargath?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never know what to say with the X, but I think like xylophone, so like a Zargath.
Yeah.
Zargath, the lookout's cry, is taken up by the crew as one by one they glimpse the fearful sight of this legendary terror of the Kalta Sea. Aisher preserves us. Preserve us, not preserves. Sounds like he's just making a statement.
Have some preserved peaches.
Gasps Captain Boris as the beast opens its jaws, revealing the glitter of its jagged, razor-sharp fangs. For a moment, he is stunned by the terrifying sight, but quickly he recovers and begins shouting urgent orders to his awestruck crew. Man the ballistas! Break out the billhooks! All hands stand by to defend the ship. And of course, we have the picture of the beast.
Yay. He looks friendly.
He does. The Zargath observes the commotion in silence, its hooded eyes aglow with a baleful green fire as calmly it considers the moment to attack. Are you sure? Maybe he's just sitting there going, "What the hell's up with these guys?"
I just wanted to borrow a cup of sugar.
I just had this image. He's just staring at the ship, going, "Huh? I don't see that every day." And it just like goes away. Then, with an awful suddenness, it rises from the sea, roaring and hissing angrily, and lunges forward. Captain Boris gives the order to fire a volley of ballista bolts sink into the monster's scaly throat. Undeterred, it presses its attack and falls upon the port beam with devastating effect. Tortured timbers bend and crack asunder. In seconds, the deck is torn apart by huge claws, each as long as a mammoth's tusk. Then, the carnivorous, fang-filled mouth sweeps down through the fog to snap shut on the forecastle. Screams of pain and terror fill the air as it withdraws, soaring upward above the masts, jaws bulging with a dozen wiggling bodies. You take cover behind the ship's longboat with the captain and prepare to defend yourself as the Zargath returns for a second strike. If you have a bow and wish to use it, if you possess the summer sword and wish to use it, if you choose to unsheath a hand weapon. Now, just before you make the choice, I don't think we're in the Darklands yet, so I think it's still safe to use the summer sword, but it's up to you what you want to do.
Well, I was just thinking, the ballista bolts in its neck didn't seem to deter it, and although the bow, with a good shot, you might be able to get in the eye or something like that.
Well, keep in mind that you're a Kai master who's supposed to be able to make those kind of shots.
Really? Because I was about to say, it might be more beneficial to be a big damn hero.
It's up to you. I was just pointing out that, that 9 times out of 10, if you're pulling out a bow, you're trying to make some sort of fantastic shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just a general bow shot.
No.
Okay, in that sense, then let's do the bow.
All right.
Well, because the thing isn't undead or anything like that.
No.
So, yeah.
And I will point out that with weapon mastery, you get to add 3, and because I have the silver bow, you get to add 3, so you get to add 6, which is very substantial. So
cool.
we're a badass with the
and
bow.
we're not going to heal one because we're not really concentrating on that.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
You load and take aim as the beast's massive head as it swings low across the deck, smashing and crushing all before it. Its scaly hide looks as tough as steel plates, and you search desperately for a part that may be vulnerable to an arrow. Your heart pounds and your face is drenched with cold sweat as the Zargath, its jaws agape, swings back its head and lunges straight at you. You have the Nandakai discipline of animal control.
Why didn't he? Damn you people! Why did you take these?
And I remember his oftentimes I was like, I don't think it'll be very useful in Volcanic Wasteland.
We're not in a volcanic wasteland.
I don't possess both these skills. Damn it. Alright, the great sea beast roars, and the blast of putrid breath blows you away from the longboat, rolling you over and over like a leaf in the storm. Panic laces through your shoulder, or pain! Yeah, panic laces through your shoulder. Pain laces through your shoulder as you glance off the main mast and crash against the ship's starboard rail, lose 2 endurance points.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, except we've lost a lot of endurance points. We haven't even been in a combat yet.
Yeah,
your bow is still gripped firmly in your hand, and as you struggle to your feet, you draw a fresh arrow and take aim. Oh, I guess so I lost an arrow? Alright, well, yeah, because it makes sense that I would have lost an arrow. It says I'm drawing a fresh one.
Yeah, makes sense. You probably drew one and then knocked you back. And
right.
You still have the bow, but the arrow makes sense that it would be gone.
And draw your fresh arrow and take aim once more at the monster's head. Now, do you wish to fire at the creature's eye, the creature's mouth, or the creature's ear?
Oh, even though the ear seems interesting, we're gonna go with the eye.
Alright.
Gotta go with the eye.
And see, this is why I think, to me personally, it's more fun to have like a guest like this because I know which one to pick, obviously.
Oh, really? See, I have no idea. Oh, because you've read all these
I've read
before.
these so many times, yeah. Now, that's not true. I don't remember everything. There's a lot of times I go, I don't freaking remember. But this time I remember. Your arrow spirals towards the Zargath's eye, and to your astonishment, splinters to matchwood against the stone-hard cornea. Cursing your misfortune, you reach for a hand weapon as the creature advances unceasingly, its jaws widening as it prepares to swallow you whole.
Now, can the summer sword be our hand weapon?
Yes, it can.
Sweet.
Yes, it
okay,
can.
we're whipping that out. I'm sorry, random number god.
It was
I was mistaken.
It was the ear, actually.
Oh, see, I was like, wow, that's a really interesting place to be specific, but, you know, I gotta go with my gut.
I'm wondering if I should go back and, like, because if it says draw the summer sword, I'm wondering if that does something special, because right now it's just a hand weapon.
No, that's fine. Let's just continue the way
Alright.
it's supposed to be, I suppose.
Sure. The creature strikes, and you dive aside, inches from the gruesome death in its powerful jaws. Snapping repeatedly, it twists its supple neck to follow your escape across the shattered, body-strewn planks, and lunges again when you reach the stairs to lead that lead to the stern deck. This time, you save your skin by pulling yourself into the rigging, and as you are climbing aloft, you see the Zargath crash through the stairs and into the hole.
Jesus.
It's tearing this place apart.
I know.
It tries to withdraw its head, but it cannot. It's stuck. Wile E. Coyote, anyone? It is held firm, trapped among the splintered timbers. This may be your only opportunity to defeat this terror before it breaks free and drags the ship to the bottom of the sea. If you wish to attack the Zargath while its head is trapped,
Yes.
you don't
want to
hide. You don't want to hide in the crow nest.
No, hiding is for cowards.
Suck your thumb. Oh, also, before we go, I should also point out, normally, the way I do the Summer Sword, because it adds such a huge advantage, is in normal combat, I generally don't use it unless A, I'm really hurting, and I don't have a lot of health left, or it really like a fight where I think I need it kind of thing. Normally I'll just use the regular weapons, because otherwise it's a little overpowered. But we're fighting a massive...
Yeah,
I think that would
we
be
need
called
it.
for.
It will drag us to the bottom of the sea if we do not kill it now.
Apparently not. You swing clear of the rigging and leap astride the Zargath's neck, but it senses your presence and twists and bucks like a wild stallion to unseat you.
Goddamn bastard.
Grimly, you cling to its scaly hide, stabbing repeatedly at its ears and spine in the hope of disabling it before it breaks free. In desperation, it tries to dislodge you until using its massive foreclaws to scratch at its neck and attempt to hook you away. Combat skill 10, endurance. Are you kidding me? This
Is
massive.
that easy or hard?
Our base combat skill is 18. Our total combat skill is 31.
Sweet.
The action chart only goes up to plus 11.
Yay.
So we're pretty good. So combat skill 10. Endurance 10. Versus my combat skill 31 and endurance 36. Start combat. It's dead.
Yay. Unfortunately, I can't see that on the screen share, but...
You can't?
No, when it pops in front of the browser window, for some reason, it just gives me this checkered transparent thing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you move it around, give it a little wiggle. No, that's okay.
All it says is you have defeated your enemy. Your combat ratio is plus 21. Your combat lasted 1 round. Lone Wolf took 1 point of damage.
Oh, okay.
And it automatically adjusts your damage.
Oh, awesome.
So, if you wish to evade combat like you'd really need to.
Yeah, so at this point.
You strike your killing blow and leap to the deck as, with a final burst of strength, the Zargath pulls its head free of the wreckage. Its green eyes roll it back in their sockets, and it lets out a scream so loud that you are forced to cover your ears for fear of being permanently deafened. The scream goes louder until, with a mighty splash, the creature topples sideways and rolls off the deck into the fog-wreathed sea.
See you in hell, Zargath.
Good lord, after all that, it only had a combat skill of 10.
I was about to say, I should just whipped out my sword to begin with.
We
Oh well.
completely wasted 2 arrows on that.
Meh.
The Zargath sinks swiftly beneath the icy waters. Its tail breaks the surface and slaps the swirling foam, and then it too is gone. trailing the creature's lifeless body as it spirals 100 fathoms into the final resting place at the bottom of the Kaltsi. Excuse me. An eerie silence descends upon the shattered decks of the Intrepid as everyone goes, "What the just happened?" As the few who have survived the attack stare in horror at the swirling, blood-stained sea. They then begin the cries of the injured, and those who are still able to stand begin the grim task of recovering the bodies and staunching wounds. You help with the search and find Captain Boris lying near the ship's longboat. He is unconscious and badly injured. Both his legs have been broken at the thigh by one
Holy
swipe of the
crap.
monster's tail. Yeah. You attempt to revive him with your basic Kai healing skills, but he is deep in shock and does not respond. Now, like I said before, generally people who travel with Lone Wolf, it does not end well for them.
Nope.
You,
Not even captains.
yeah, no matter how many people you start off with. I once started with like 50 people with me, and like halfway through the book, I was alone.
Well, I just called Lone Wolf, not Party Wolf.
All right, if you possess the Magnified Discipline of Curing.
Yay, we do that. We do have that, right?
Right, yeah, and we did keep track, so that's at least one now.
Oh, are we gonna keep track from here?
Right,
on?
because you know we're not in a stressful situation anymore.
That's true.
But shock as a result of his severe leg injuries. Actually, no, I guess we wouldn't count that because we're using it for something else.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
figured.
okay. Has reduced the captain's blood pressure to a dangerously low level. Your mastery of the discipline of curing enables you to increase his blood pressure gently to ensure that his brain is not starved of a vital supply of oxygen. Once he is stable, the first mate, whose name is Davin, helps you splint the captain's legs and construct a makeshift stretcher on which to carry him to his cabin. Slowly he regains consciousness, and although he is in a great pain, he insists on speaking. "Davin," he says through gritted teeth, "the ship's under your command now. You must do all you can to see our passenger reaches his destination." Dutifully, the first mate promises to obey the captain's order. "Open the chest," the captain says, motioning with his eyes to a large casket resting at the foot of his bunk. You oblige and discover that it contains a vest made of finely crafted Bronin chainmail and a pair of engraved silver bracers designed to protect the forearms during combat. "Take them, friend," he says. "They may be of some help for you in your journey." Oh, I forgot. These are nice. I forgot about
Yay!
these. All right.
You know, I like this captain. We barely know him, and he's doing everything to help us out. That's pretty
I know, and besides the fact that really what we did is we rose him out of unconsciousness that spared him the horrible pain of his injuries.
It's true.
Oh well, we got loots.
We do got loot.
The Bronin vest adds 3 points to your combat skill and 1 to your endurance point.
Nice.
The silver bracers add 2 points to your combat skill and 1 to your endurance. Wow, these are nice. If you wish to keep either or both, mark them on your action chart as special items, which you wear accordingly. Okay, here's the deal. I'm not going to say that we can wear a padded leather vest and chainmail and this vest. I think that we
No.
should get rid of the chainmail if we're going to use it.
Actually, I was going to assume that you were going to do that, so that's awesome.
Right. The chainmail is +4 endurance. It's up to you, but I think that the +3 combat, +1 endurance is much better.
I agree.
All right. So, what's it called exactly? It is called...
Bronin chain vest?
I'll just copy and paste.
Yeah. Oh, just Bronin vest. Okay.
Boom. Bronin vest. And then right here you... What? Hey. What's it?
Sorry, a Bronin vest just sounds something like a frat boy would wear. Whoa, man, nice bro. Then vest.
Aha! And then here you can add what it does.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, it does 3 to the combat skill, 1 to endurance. And it should automatically... it'll automatically increase.
Neat.
And then over here, the silver bracers. And that is also, that is 2